and welcome to Exquisite You. My name is Drumil and I feel so amazing to meet these doctors जिनकी कहानियां इतनी खूबसूरत है. Joining me today is a practicing OB/GYN for the last 13 years in a city of Yavatmal. She is none other than Dr. Sneha Bhuyar, a recipient of many international and national awards. Please put your hands together and welcome Dr. Sneha.
Thank you, Drumil, and nice to meet you personally. Thanks for the wonderful and generous introduction as well. So I'm very happy to be here on this episode, and yes, women, the X factor, definitely I would like to share, though I'm not a very outspoken person. As you have described, I have always had a wonderful career right from my childhood. I was amongst the topper. Maybe around 7th standard, we have that national scholarship examination, and that was my first exposure outside my school. I stood first in the district. That time I was in Jalgaon district. So every newspaper had my picture and my description. So my father was so proud of me, saying that, oh wow, I'm so proud to have you as my daughter, and you need to go for higher education, and you have to be, I'll be very happy if you become a doctor and serve the community. And that is how I decided to be a doctor, and I'm here in front of you.
How amazing. And I think it was also during this time when you actually came second. And that was for the first time, and your father said something nice to you.
Yeah, so that was my 8th standard. When I passed this examination, the district first, and then suddenly I got, I have to change my division to another division. And that was a time when I stood second. And then I started giving explanation, because the person who stood first, the boy, he was the class teacher's son. And then my father, he told me, see, you have to accept first. Rather than, he used to tell me, it's always good to rectify your mistakes rather than justify. And then he gave me an example, saying that, you have to work so hard and you have to be so outstanding that no matter what people do, they should not be able to exclude you or remove you from that position. And that is the same principle I have been following throughout my life. I'm so proud of my father, who treated me equally to those 2 boys who are my brothers. I give whole credit to my father for my upbringing in this way.
And I think that is the truest example of feminism. Feminism is nothing but just equal opportunities, which gets the kids, the same platform to grow. You've also been a teacher, and I've got to know that you were one of the most popular teacher.
Yes.
But then you're a no-nonsense person. I'm sure you would not indulge in small talks.
No. So basically it happened so that, I used to always say that, I will not get married. And suddenly this guy, my husband, he saw me somewhere in some of the marriages, and then he said, I want to marry her only. So he communicated with my family, he communicated with his family, and he used to be after me, following me everywhere. He was from Nagpur, I was from Pune, and I don't know how he got to know me, and then somehow he managed to convince and counsel both the families, and here we are. So after marriage, I was supposed to go to this small place called as Yavatmal, which I have never heard of. I used to always ask him which direction of Nagpur or Maharashtra it is. So once I decided, he told me, see, if at all we want to settle, he was from Nagpur, I was from Pune, but then he decided to settle in Yavatmal because his father got transferred there as executive engineer, and he found that it's a very small, decent place, quiet place to stay, happily. So that is how he planned. I said, my God, from Pune directly to Yavatmal, why not Nagpur or Amravati? Then he said, see, rather than you being a drop in the ocean, take it as, if the drop is here at a smaller place, you can just be the dewdrop, so you will shine. So that's how he convinced me, and I too agreed to it, and yes, we started our life together at Yavatmal. So for first 5 years, I was a medical teacher. That was a new government medical college. Departments, I had to establish the department myself. So I was into administration also. I was knowing how many seats you have and how many teachers you need and what all you need for the MMC recognition, everything, you know, all those things I was managing. Simultaneously, I was the solo, I would say, senior obstetrician there that time, managing the entire clinical situation. So daily emergency duties that, and we had a final MBBS batch which was exam going. So I used to teach them whenever I get time. So maybe at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. at night, you know, maybe after the delivery, during the delivery, that is how I used to teach. And the students really, they thought, you know, nobody has taught them till now. So they used to be after me so much, so that they said, we are learning so much from you, madam, you call us any time. So even sometimes the regular classes at 8 a.m. or the class used to be full, you know, they used to come running, and if at all I feel that, you know, the emergency duties are very heavy and I can't manage to come, they used to call me and request me, madam, please teach us because you are the best teacher. So that is how I, you know, I could not hurt them and I have to respect their feelings also. So doing everything so hectic, I used to go for and deliver my talk as well. So that is how I was a very popular teacher, so much so that, you know, I was a popular obstetrician there in the medical college also, and that's how. But I am a little independent personality. I think independently, and that's why I have never thought of, you know, serving under somebody, and that's how I started my own setup. This also has a story.
Please tell us.
My father-in-law, who was an executive engineer in B&C, so he always had big dreams, you know. He used to say, in Marathi we call lakha tek. So my daughter-in-law is such that, you know, lakho mein ek. So he will tell ki you have to have a big hospital, well constructed. And we too, me and my husband, we had this principle of not borrowing any money even from parents, and we started a small setup on rent, and then we, within 3 years, we had our own almost 25 bedded independent individual nursing home, that is Sukhakarta Hospital, well equipped of all the facilities, and we are proud to say that we, I mean, I am the leading obstetrician of the city, now not only the city, the district. This is the only hospital which is Manyata, FOGSI Manyata, as well as NABH accredited, and I manage high risk obstetrics, so I have all the facilities which are required.
And you make sure, and it's also a mission to save women.
Yes, because I always do, you know, obstetric per se is very high risk. On top of that, I manage high risk obstetrics. So, you know, it's very soothing for me, or a happy moment for me when people say that she's a high risk patient. So I think she should go to Bhuyar madam, Sneha madam. So I'm very happy about this, and I take this privilege to manage these high risk cases. I feel satisfied saving their lives. And not only this, in spite of my busy practice, I always give my time. I have specific hours for the poor and needy where I totally manage them free of cost. I don't charge them. I have few beds where I even deliver them, operate them, but I don't charge them without any medicine. I give my few days of my week, that is the weekends, to the periphery. I go to the villages, and that is since I think almost long back, 20-25 years I have been doing this, and more than 200 to 300 free checkup camps along with free medicine distribution. We are doing it on behalf of my hospital, and I'm sure the people have taken cognizance of this. The government of Maharashtra has also taken cognizance of this.
And I was actually coming to that only, that you are awarded with so many amazing awards for your noble work that you do. Dr. Anandibai Joshi Award for the amazing free camps that you do across the state. Dr. Durusha Community Service Award, S.N. Malhotra Award for your social service, and these are just to name the few.
Yes. So, let me share with you that I don't work for awards. In fact, I have never worked for award or applied. If I tell you the story of my first national individual award, that is Dr. S.N. Malhotra Award, I was the president of my Yavatmal FOGSI Society, and the last 20 years I was serving the community, and because I was a president, I accelerated these activities, more and more of activities. So the faculties from FOGSI, they used to visit our place for the academic activities, and looking at the work, they said, Sneha, even if you submit it like this, your work is so much so that you will get the award just like that without projecting it. So that is how some of the respected seniors, they just took away my records, and they said, you just submit it this way, and that is how I got the first award, what is called as unsung hero, that is the Dr. S.N. Malhotra Award by FOGSI. So I am happy that even if you don't project much, your work is getting recognized.
Ma'am, you've also headed FOGSI's breast cancer vertical. I'm sure when you're at FOGSI and organizations like these, you get to form policies.
Yes.
What is your future vision related to the kind of work you do, the changes that you would want to see?
Yeah. So as I was a FOGSI Breast Committee chairperson, so that included the breastfeeding promotion, the other benign breast diseases we call it, that means they are not cancerous. And third is breast cancer, making awareness, early detection, and saving lives of the women. And for this we worked at 3-tier system, 3 levels. So for this, initially we sensitized FOGSians, because FOGSians, the obstetricians themselves, they were not aware that breast is our field. Because if you look at the society, if you have a problem with the breast, you have to go to the surgeon. So I have to actually change their view that breast is the gynecologist, obstetrician's domain, because breastfeeding and all these problems related to breastfeeding, we have to tackle them. And by virtue of our practice, we are well versed with these situations. We are the one who is treating. Subconsciously maybe you are not aware of it, but yes, you can definitely treat the breast concerns, whatever. Of course, as far as the breast cancer is concerned, the women come to you as obstetrician for whatever their problems, and you are the one who is so privileged. You can utilize this window of opportunity to examine these women. You can see whether she has any abnormality. You can subject her to some investigations. If at all she is diagnosed with breast cancer, you can timely refer her to the proper surgeon, breast surgeon, oncosurgeon. If no problem, you can teach her self-breast examination so that she is aware of her own breast, what is normal, what is abnormal. And if at all she notifies even later life, she can come to you and tell you that, yes doctor, there is some problem, please look into it. So that is the best way. For a resource poor country like India, we have to make our women breast aware, so that before going into advanced disease, we can diagnose them early. So it's not a breast cancer which kills the patient, it's the advanced disease that is complicated already, that kills the disease. And that is how you can save your lives of your women. Of course, the concept is changing now, that if at all you can diagnose the breast cancer in early stage, you can actually save the breast as well. You can just remove the disease, give her chemotherapy, radiotherapy, whatever is necessary, but you can save her breast. And you can do what is called as reconstructive surgery, what is called as oncoplasty. So without complicating the disease, you can maintain the cosmesis also. That privilege we are. So let us take a pledge that we will make our women breast aware, will diagnose the disease at the earliest and save their lives and save their breast as well. Because losing a breast is such a mental torture, social taboo as well. Yes. So that is how I have tried my best for my 4 years of my chairmanship, and I have taken almost 500 to 600 programs all across the country, maybe physical, maybe virtual, and that is for the FOGSians. We have sensitized them, we have done certain academic sessions, we have come up with certain e-newsletters. That was a COVID period when I worked. So e-newsletters and of course ready reckoners and so on and so forth. Then the middle one, we tried and trained the paramedics, the paramedical workers, nurses and all those. We tried and trained them for the clinical breast examination and how to refer effectively in time. So that was the second one. And third, of course, for the general public, we made awareness through various informative articles, the articles in newspaper, the radio and television talks, so on and so forth. So at 3 levels we have made awareness and tried for our best for the women's health.
I'm sure you did, and the results will be out in a few years to see for sure. But while you were achieving everything in your career, you had a great home team to basically support you, to give you a platform to fly high.
Yes.
You know, you said you are inspired by your father, but you had an equally inspiring father-in-law and mother-in-law.
Yes.
How important it is for women to have these kind of families?
Yes. I think I have to go back to my family background. My brother and even brother-in-law, and this side my father-in-law, my brother-in-law, all of them, a family of engineers from both the sides. I and my husband, the first doctors of the family, and I wanted to work independently, and I always want to do best. You know that I was always a topper, so I wanted to be the best practitioner as well, and that is not very easy. So you don't have to divert from your mission, just devote yourself, give your hard work, give your 100%. That is what I did. And I have missed everything, all my cultural and social programs. I was never a part of any social activity. My husband being so social, president of Rotary, JC, Lions, IMA, I was the one sitting in my hospital 24 hours, and my kids were taken care by my in-laws. So their role in my career is very, very important, very vital, I would say. They were very supportive, encouraging for me, and I'm very happy that my kids have also developed very nicely, very maturely. So that is how the family was very supportive. About my husband, I have told you that he is the one who made me select this branch of FOGSI, made me start my practice at Yavatmal, which is a small district, and he has been always supportive. He is working in the medical college, government medical college, but he is so supportive that you will manage the hospital front and I will manage the family and social front. So that is how we have a very good understanding amongst us.
Which I think is so important, to have a partner that considers you equal. You are due to become the IMA president for Yavatmal.
Yes.
That's in 2025?
Yeah, this year itself. So if I tell you that actually the IMA president, I was supposed to be almost 3-4 years back, but because of my FOGSI office, I would say the official post I was holding, I was a FOGSI Breast Committee chairperson. At the same time, I was a governing council member for ICOG, which is the academic body of FOGSI. So I was very much into academics and publications and all those virtual and physical programs, so lots of travels as well. So because I'm the one who always want to give 100%, so I told them that I will not be able to give justice to this post, and after my elections for vice president, I would be accepting the post, and that is how I have accepted to be the IMA president for Yavatmal, and I'm going to get installed soon, that is on 15th September.
Wow. And it's commendable, because till date there have only been 2 women and you are one of them.
Yes.
To be a part of IMA's presidency, and this is also happening after almost 3 decades?
Yeah. So I think the last 70 years we have this IMA, almost IMA Yavatmal, but then there was only one lady president for IMA, and that was 32 years back, I suppose, and that's how here I am now. I have been driven by all the IMA members, I would say the past presidents, who have actually unanimously decided that I have to become the president of IMA, and that's how I have accepted to be. And of course, I need all your best wishes to work for the community as well.
I mean, come on, you are going to. You are a go-getter, as I tell you. But an advice that your father gave you years ago still holds very true for you, because I know that a very recent election happened.
Yes.
You are one of the most popular faces, but you lost it just because of few couple of votes.
Yeah.
Which does not at all prove that you're any less worthy. It was maybe somebody else's day.
Yes.
How did you take it?
I always I have shared with you that whether it is an award or an organizational post, I don't work for it. I work because I want to work, and that is with passion. I want to give my 100%. Same thing here. I have been working for, I would say, last 20 years for this organization, and very actively since last 6 years now. Vice presidential post, I have worked very hard, 1.5 years. I have traveled to every nook and corner of India, and almost every weekend for 3 days at 3 different places I have traveled. Traveling from Yavatmal is very, very difficult. We don't have flights, we don't have trains. So I have to come to Nagpur for everything, 2 hours of road drive, and then of course 2 flights onwards. That is how my journey every Friday or every Saturday it used to start. Being from a small society, I had always that feeling that I have to go across in India, work that hard to people to know that I really deserve, and that is what I have done. Very rightly you reminded me of that advice of my father, who said, so people say it's just how it happened. I just say maybe it wasn't 100%, maybe I need to try some more, so that I keep my promise to my father that I have to make myself so worthy that nobody can whatever snatch it from you or remove you from that position. So maybe I take it this way, that maybe I work a little harder, I try a little more, I connect with people more, and I should be there. So that is how.
And it's a different turf also, ma'am, because not demeaning it, but when we are from a little lesser known place, and in comparison to bigger cities like Bombay, Calcutta, Madras,
yes.
The reach is not that much.
Yes.
The popularity is not as much as this bigger city, because they take the best piece of the cake.
Yes.
But when you are into elections, it's same for everybody.
Yes.
It doesn't give you any benefit.
Yeah. No concession.
No
I would
concession.
say no consideration
fact,
as well. Yes.
People from these smaller places have to work even harder for their voices to be heard.
Right.
Ma'am, what is the kind of legacy you wish to leave behind? Your both kids are doctors.
Yes.
All of you have built this from scratch. You didn't take a single penny from anybody to live your dream. And now, not only you have served the community, but you have also got name to Yavatmal. Yes. People know it also because of you, your practice, your honesty. So what's the legacy that you want to leave?
I'm very happy to share with you that my daughter, she's also doing her MS Obs-Gynae, and my son will be soon joining, because he's also aspiring for post-graduation. So both of them are, they are brought up in the same culture as we are brought up, and I always feel that they will also, I wouldn't say I want to leave the legacy behind, but I'm sure that they will carry forward this legacy, because they are brought up in such a way, and the way they share things with us, whatever facts, may it be when they are working at their institution, the way they are looking at the patient, the way they are serving, the way their teachers are communicating with us, that your daughter or your son, they are a beautiful human being. I'm sure they will be very good doctors, and that's how we are very happy about it. So I'm sure that the legacy will continue.
It will. Well, thank you very much, ma'am, for being here with us. It is pleasure talking to you. We want to wish you all the best for all the future endeavors, and we hope you have a great tenure as the president of IMA as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. In fact, Drumil, it was pleasure talking to you and interacting and responding to your questions. Thank you so much. Looking forward. Thank you.